Here with the offensive line coach, Jeff Bowen. Coach, first year as an offensive line coach here, but you were here 2 years ago as a tight ends coach. How is the previous familiarity with players, coaches, the town, the program, how has that helped you in your transition to an offensive line coach this year?
Oh, well, it definitely made it really, really easy. A lot of these guys, as I was coaching the tight ends, definitely helped out with the offensive line a bunch. And then the year before that, so when Corliss and them were freshmen, I was really heavily involved with the offensive line. So huge familiarity with them. I know these guys. I've recruited them, all that stuff. And then, it was easy coming back. A lot of the same terminology, jumping into the system. Got here right before spring ball last year, so really easy transition. They already knew me. They know what I expect and kind of my tempo and how I approach practice and how we operate. So it was a lot easier, and there was already a trust built. I didn't have to start from scratch with a lot of the older guys, and so the buy-in, our brand of stuff was really easy. And then as far as being a part of here, knowing Coach Thomas, how he is with the players, how he operates his staff, how this place operates, Mr. Burke, everybody in here, how to recruit here, what this place has to offer. Very easy transition, easy to jump back on board, and almost like I never left, kind of took a small break and then jumped right back in it. So it's definitely been easy, and it was a blessing getting this thing up and running pretty quickly with this offensive line group.
Offensive line returns a lot of experience. You miss a Cameron Hussey at center and a Terrence Boyd, but unfortunately for Boyd, his injury last year, it got guys experience earlier in the year. How has that experience helped these guys going forward?
I think it's been huge. Losing a Cam Hussey, who's a solid, smart player in the middle. You got to replace him, and of course Terrence Boyd played a lot of football here. So losing what he brought to the table, before his injury and stuff like that, replacing those guys is hard. But like you said, there's been a lot of guys that played a lot of snaps that we're going to count on this year. So seeing this league you see a lot of different fronts, a lot of different looks, different blitzes in this league. So having those guys that already have seen that stuff it is huge and very, very valuable for them. And it's shown during spring ball and already in fall camp. Being able to just talk through something real quick and not actually having to just re-rep it. It's been really huge, and especially a lot of guys in the interior. Like I said, a few spots we gotta see, but I mean, I got a pretty veteran group and how they work and operate and what they've seen. They know how this league is, so it's been really helpful.
The guys have mentioned the tempo. When you've got guys that are anywhere from 270 to 330, an increased tempo might be difficult at first, but how have they adjusted physically and mentally to an increased tempo?
I think we had a couple guys when I came here in the spring, a few guys that were not in the shape they needed to be in, and now I know we talked to Frank Boudreau earlier. He's lost 10 pounds. He's in probably the best shape of his life. A lot of guys, and we're actually pretty blessed here to have a very athletic offensive line, probably, person to person across the board. You're talking probably the most athletic line I've been a part of. So it's an easy transition, and just how you operate an offense. We can go fast, we can go slow, doesn't mean, but we always have that ability in how we're operating to get a few extra snaps in a game. So it's how you operate, it's how you practice it, how you line up, all that stuff. So a little bit at first, going through the whistle, finding the ball, getting set, all that stuff is something you have to, it's just muscle memory pretty much. Like a lot of things on the offensive line are just, you got to get reps at and be great at a lot of base things, and that's part of it. So that was a little bit of a change early in spring, but going in, I mean, it's how we operate on a daily basis now. And I think, like I said, we can slow it down or push the tempo however we want to operate a game, and they know what to be ready for. So the guys did a great job getting in shape. I think it's the best shape we've been in as an offensive line group since the years that I'd been here. So really pleased with that, and the athleticism of the guys we have coming back. Got very athletic guys, so it's fun and interesting to keep it going, and they've handled it well. So
this offense has been a pretty successful run offense the past couple of years. Last year was the best in the league at more than 5 yards a carry. How do you take that success and carry it over, but also do some things in pass protection that allows for more explosion plays down the field too?
Yeah, they've always ran the ball here really well, had a bunch of different looks. This offense is pretty offensive line friendly. It's not a lot of we're pretty multiple in what we do, but we have the ability to keep it simple for our guys up front. So we just had to come in, work some pass protection stuff, keep getting better at that. That goes along with running backs, everybody else as far as the offensive line. So, but still, you got to be able to run the ball to win, no matter if you're spread, multiple tight end, no matter what formation you're in, you have to run the ball to win, especially in this league. So, still hang our hat on that, run the ball to win it, but protection has increased and we've gotten a lot better at it, and you just always have to work it. We're blessed to be going up against pretty good defensive ends and some defensive line and a good defensive scheme every day that makes us work and operate and know our rules and how to carry them out. So I'm excited to see the progression of that, and I think we've done a good job with it so far. So
you mentioned Cameron Hussey in the middle at center. You've had some guys that certainly have been in this program for a couple of years that can do it. What's the progression of that position specifically been like?
Center's a little bit different because everything happens really fast there in the middle. And that for us, that's our guy that kind of, he's kind of the quarterback of the offensive line, gets us straight in a lot of different stuff, communication wise. So had some guys, Timus Bonner, Burns has played center before, some new freshmen coming in, talking about freshman signing class, Kenny Sheldon, he has the ability to play center. He's athletic, strong freshman kid, very smart, been pleased with him. And getting Tyler Rapp in the mix from Air Force, from Woodlands High School in Texas. He's an older guy, smart, really tough. So he's been good in that position as well. So got a bunch of guys. We're still battling to figure out who. It's not quite set in stone yet, but there's been some increase. So I think we'll be good at that position with who we got coming back. Like you said, it's hard to replace a Cameron Hussey who played for a couple years, who was smart and kind of ran the show there in the middle. But I think we have some guys on campus that have done a really good job, and I think we'll be fine there. So,
Coach Jeff Bowen, thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.